You read that it fell. Ignore my glitter packaging. I come packing crafting.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on SewStitchHex. I'm Macadamia, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Volume 1 of Kimi ni Todoke. This has got to be one of my favorite series. I've read several of the books already. I've gotten to all but like 2 in the series. I've had to hunt them down. I've reduced the amount I was reading just so I could hunt them down. But it is an absolutely adorable story. The back of it's, which Kimi ni Todoke means from me to you. So either one works. It follows our heroine, Sawako Kiranuma. And it says here, Sawako Kiranuma is the perfect heroine for a horror movie, with striking similarities to a haunting movie character, jet black hair, sinister smile, and silent demeanor. And they didn't use the Oxford comma. She's mistakenly called Sadako by those around her. The character Sadako is the character from the Ringu series, or The Ring. In America, it is known as Sumara. So that's to help you out if you don't know. But behind her scary facade is a very misunderstood teenager. Too shy to fit in, all she wants to do is make some friends. But when the most popular boy in class befriends her, she's sure to make more than just that. She's about to make some enemies, too. So, can love trump a cursed life? And it is by Karuho, Shiina. And there's also there's an animated series for this, of course. It's on Netflix, I believe. There are no English dub, but there is sub. So, I mean, I like both. I just like to be able to multitask. That's why I like dub. But it's perfectly fine. I'm trying to learn Japanese, and so listening to it and not watching the screen is helping me pick up on more sentence structure. So it's lots of fun. There's also a live action, which is cringeworthy. It is so funny. I loved it. It was great. Like, it was good. But it was so cringe. And they're like, They said that more in one sentence than any other word I've ever heard in a sentence. Just, But it's such a great series. Absolutely love it. It's your typical shy, quiet character tied to a extroverted, popular kid. I love those because I am the shy character, so if someone's going to make drama for me, it has to be someone very active, because I'm not very socially active. But in this one, we have a couple things happen. One, you have our main character, Kaze Hayakun. He goes and introduces himself to her because he met her before when he was asking for directions, and she was nice to him because she is a very nice person. There is nothing wrong with her. She's just very socially awkward because ever since she was a child, people have spread rumors about her that if you look into her eyes 2 or 3 times in a day, you'll be cursed. You'll get sick. That she's a medium. She can commune with ghosts, or that she'll curse you just by speaking to her. Because she looks like Sadako, so they assume that she is, even though there's nothing wrong with her. She's a very sweet girl. She's very beautiful, and only when she's not trying to smile, when she just naturally smiles, she has a beautiful smile. But when she's trying to smile, it's always super creepy, and always freaks people out. And she's really cute when she does her creepy smile. Kind of spooks people. And here's a great example of her looking like Sadako coming at you out of the well. Like, it's a little bit frightening. Well, in the first volume, Kazehaya kind of gives her the encouragement she needs to ask to basically make friends, because she doesn't really have any, and he thinks she looks really nice. Kazehaya-kun is the kind of person that, even though he's popular, he really likes to hang out with the ones who get left out. He's kind to everyone. That's why he's popular. He's such a good person, genuinely good person. And he really does like to seek out people that don't have any friends, and he likes to talk to them because he doesn't want anyone to feel sad or left out. She wants friends, but she doesn't know how to talk to people, so she usually stays by herself. And she struggles with misunderstandings that we see a lot here just in the first volume, which is a chunky boy, by the way. Look at this chunker. Now, that's thicker than my finger. That's a good chunk. I like that. I like a book with some chunk to it. It's going to last me a hot minute. Maybe not for manga, but it tries. It tries. And I love that. This has that 2000s shoujo manga vibe aesthetic. You kind of see, like, I know all manga is kind of different, but it's got that early 2000s, late 90s kind of vibe going on. And I love that. Published by Viz Media, of course. And you can see a cute little picture of her on the side. She's got like this little doll kind of shape about her. It's really cute. So in the first story, Kazehaya gives her the kind of energy and persuasion to... In the first story, Kazehaya kind of gives her the energy and persuasion to push forward and talk to someone. It's like she finally does get the courage to talk to Yana and Yoshida, or Chizu. But they do become friends. So she first, in the very first story, she asks if she can play the ghost in this like spooky maze thing that they're doing, where they're all going out in the woods and doing some kind of scavenger hunt. And she actually scares everyone a lot just by standing there in a white dress. Pretty typical. Well, Kazehaya-kun was very proud of her. So was Yano and Yoshida-san. They were both very proud of her. And like they were very happy that she wanted to help. Then there's this whole misunderstanding where the class thinks that he's got the hots for her, and she doesn't want there to be a misunderstanding because she understands how bad misunderstandings can cause, like, can hurt your honor, can hurt your reputation, can hurt your social standing, and she doesn't want to hurt anybody. She doesn't want to make anyone's life hard. And so she's like, no, he's just nice to everyone. He's just my friend. Like, it's all good. But when they come, and this was at the very end of the semester before summer vacation. So he wants to see her during summer vacation because they have some stuff to do around the school anyway. So they hang out. They end up finding a lost puppy, and he keeps it. And he's like, I just want this to be like just us, because he likes spending time with her. And on one hand, that can be kind of weird. But on the other hand, it's really cute because he wants some time just with her. He wants something. He really likes her, and it's showing that he genuinely likes spending time with her, and that there might be a romantic interest in here. But her not having any friends doesn't mean that her trying to have a romantic interest is probably a long ways off, because she doesn't know how to even people. How is she going to know to romance, if that makes sense? I mean, of course, you don't need to be so good socially to be in any type of relationship, but it would certainly help you understand what is going on. And there's like this whole drama about them saying that she was either broken up with or rejected in front of the whole class before summer break, when that's exactly the opposite of everything that happened. If anything, it felt more like she rejected him, because she was telling them, like, no, he's not into me, like, that's not what's going on, like, he's just a nice dude. But it sounded more like her rejecting him, even though everyone took it as him rejecting her. But there was nothing to reject. There was no relationship there. So it was just this whole drama for no reason. And a lot of it stems from something that I find I relate to very, very intensely. And that's, she says what she means. She's very short and blunt, to the point. She's telling you. But it's very easy when you do that and you don't flower or you don't walk around the conversation to get misunderstood. And even if you walk around the conversation, you're still going to be misunderstood. I feel like everyone misunderstands because no one wants to ask for clarification. So people take what you say and they take it as they think you say it, and then they take that and pass that on. And in her situation, she has no social skills, and so she's unable to convey what message she actually means. And here we see them getting to sit next to each other and learning to talk. And Kazehaya-kun is actually one of the only people that can kind of understand what she means, because he has such patience. He's such a patient young man. I tell you, he's such a patient young man. I love this young man. He's so wonderful. He's like, okay, so you told me this. Can you please explain to me what you mean? And he has her, like, he talks it out with her. And nobody really does that. Like, in this volume, you have the whole issue of her getting to learn how to talk to people, but she ends up hurting people's feelings a ton. like another example of her misunderstandings. She's trying to make friends, so she's trying to talk to more people. These two girls come in, and they're like, and when we came in, we thought you were angry, as if we were intruding. You invite us over with that angry-looking face, so I thought maybe you're just nervous. We're pretty nervous, too. And it's like, they actually wouldn't have gone inside, but Kaze Hayakun was standing outside knowing that she needs extra help making friends and talking to people and making that step, taking that step. She just needs help. And so he's like, hey, don't wait outside. Just go on in. Go on in. So Kaze Hayakun is even helping her there. And there's the whole drama of they don't know how to express even the simplest of emotion that I see in here. Like, Kaze Hayakun is like, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being there for me. You're helping me grow, by being my friend. And she's like, no, you're helping me because I never would have done any of this. None of what's happened to me would have happened without you. And it's just so sappy, and it's like they don't know how to friendship. They don't know how to do anything. They try to make friends with Yana and Yoshida, and then we see that there's this girl that's telling these rumors. And it's about Yana and Yoshida, and they hear it, and they're like, who made that up? Where's that coming from? And they're like Sadako, because remember, no one calls her by her name, Sawako. Every time Kazehaya calls her by her real name, Sawako, it just makes my heart, I'm so happy. Doki Doki. It's just so sweet. It's so cute. I love it. Because everyone else calls her Sadako, and she doesn't mind it so much because it's kind of like a nickname, but it's also sad because nobody calls her by her name. So when they do, it makes her very flushed, very embarrassed, very happy, and it's just really sweet. And I really like how that happened. But then you have Sadako, who doesn't talk to anyone, being blamed for spreading rumors. And so it's all hearsay, and all these misunderstandings and drama happen because it's a he said, she said. And that's one of the most common problems in this series is just misconceptions, misinformation, and just saying your opinion of what someone said as if it were fact. And here they start saying things like, Yoshida's the girl with narrow brows. Yeah, she's an ex-gang member and was in juvie. And then there's the other one, Yana. She's always with Yoshida. She likes guys that much? Well, she looks like it. She's gone out with 100 guys, which none of that's true. Even Yana was like, as if 100 guys could satisfy me. She's gonna play it up. And Yoshida's like, hey, I didn't do that. I didn't, because they end up saying she beat up some guy, but really was helping an old man up. So they just keep spreading rumors. They're doing it because they want to make a rift between Yoshida, Yana, Kazehaya-kun, and Sawako, because they want to separate her from them. They don't want her to be successful and be that close to Kazehaya-kun, because anyone in Kazehaya-kun's circle is a threat. And none of the girls at school will actually date him. They all agreed when they were in middle school. But it seems to me like that's just something that got pushed onto them by some other girl. And we'll find out later in the series. And I do know, but I don't want to give it away. And so we have this whole first volume establishing how hard it is for her to communicate on a basic level, and kind of illustrating her making new friends, and kind of showing how what she says and what she means aren't quite exactly. Her stating something like, oh, they're not my friends. When in reality, she feels that friendship has to have a deeper development and closer involvement and agreement between two parties that you are in fact friends. I completely get that. That is a total vibe, because you don't want to say, oh, that's my friend, and then that person be over there saying yeah, I know them, but I wouldn't say I'm their friend. So on one hand, it's oh, I do know them. I don't know if we count as friends, but you're it's this borderline, because you're going to hurt someone's feelings if you don't know if you're friends, but she assumes you have to have a consented agreement to be friends at all, or you don't count as friends, and you don't want to disrespect somebody or damage their reputation by calling them your friend when they're not. So love this series, love this relationship. They're super cute, and I absolutely love how they show them working through the problems and actually stopping, taking a minute to reflect, get through their emotions, and talk about what misconceptions there were, and not being stuck in their ways, not saying, well, I heard that you said this, so that's what I'm going by. They know, they ask them directly, hey, did you say this? What did you mean by this? And then they discuss it, and they're like, okay, so I misunderstood the situation. That's okay. We can move on from here. And I really, really appreciate them showing this type of growing relationship, this type of self-growth, and this way that you should be acting with other people. It's a very good story with lots of like drama, but it's also very slice of lifey. Like, it's not fanciful and it's not overly romantic. It is very romantic theme, but it's not, you're not going to see these two characters macking on each other every page. They're not even in a relationship. They're just friends, because friends is the start of her social career, I guess, her social interaction in high school. So it's a really good story. I highly recommend. If you've read it before, please let me know what you think down below. If you've never heard of it, tell me what you think. Do you like the art style? I think it is super fresh. I'm going to pick a random page. Ta-da! What do we got? You do get to see her cute little face. Yeah. You got this super cute story with these super cute little drawings. Let me know down below. And please subscribe if you'd like to listen to volume 2, or me just rattle on about the volumes. I've got the whole series, so I'll be doing it one volume at a time. So if you really just want to know about one book and not the whole series, do it. All right. Love you guys. I can't wait to see you next time. All right. Have a wicked evening. Bye.